Modesty. Welcome to my channel. Today I decided to do a bright summer makeup look. So I'm doing a tutorial on this look that I'm wearing here. I was originally inspired by this necklace because it has some teal in it and some pink in it and some gold. So I really wanted to do that, but I also have been really into just a really I've been into a really just dewy and glowy face, so I wanted to incorporate those two together and just create an all-around fun look that is very appropriate and very wearable for the summertime. So I just want to experiment a little with some of my single eyeshadows. So I'm using some Makeup Geek, some MAC, and then I'm using one color from a NYX palette in Surreal My Heart. Just because I didn't have a single eyeshadow in that color, but I do give you some options that maybe if you have in your collection you can use, so you don't have to go buy the whole palette for this one color. So other than that, I want to say thank you for watching my videos, and if you enjoyed this video, give it a big old thumbs up, comment down below, whichever. Don't forget to leave me some video requests down below, and check my social media. I have links down below. Down below. I feel like I say it a lot in videos. Anyways, also don't forget to hit subscribe so you don't miss any more of my videos. And without further ado, if you'd like to see how to get this makeup look, then just keep watching. Okay, so because I love that dewy face, starting out with MAC Fix Plus, I'm just going to prime my face just to give it a little bit of dew. And then I'm going in with the L'Oreal Lumi primer. I love this primer. It gives a very nice pearlesque finish, makes my skin nice and smooth, and gives it a nice glow. Then use my NARS All Day Luminous Foundation in the color Santa Fe. I'm going to dab this all over my face, and then I'm going to go in with my F80 Flat Top Kabuki, and I'm going to buff this into the skin. When I'm buffing this into the skin, I am applying a good amount of pressure because I want to promote longevity for my foundation, and it just blends out smoother that way instead of looking all smeary. Now I also go in and apply foundation on my neck. I just drag it down a little bit just to make sure everything is blended in nicely because my face is not the same color as my skin and I just want it to look all the same. Alright, then I'm going to go in with the LA Girl Pro Conceal. I'm using the color Porcelain. I do lay on a heavy amount of this concealer. One, because I'm still kind of learning how to use this applicator, and two, because I really want that full coverage. I apply this under the eyes, I make a little flower, take it on the nose, on my lower chin. I basically conceal like a mad woman. And then I go in with my beauty sponge from Real Techniques and I just pat this out. You don't want to swipe it or anything because you don't want to give it creasing. Also, patting it in will really press it into the skin, promote that longevity, and yeah, it'll soak up all the additional products. So in a way, even though I applied a lot, it's not going to be cake face. Going with my Kat Von D Shade and Light palette, I'm using Lyric and Levitation. I'm mixing the both of those to set my under eye. Now before I set it, I do pat it out one more time just to get rid of any creases that might have happened in that few minutes that I waited. And then, once I'm done with that, I'm going to be going in with my Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector, the liquid form in Moonstone. And I'm just going to tap this on my high points of my cheekbones, and I also go down the bridge of my nose, and then my Cupid's bow, just anywhere else I would have highlighted, just to give myself a nice dewy look. And then I pat it out with my Real Techniques brush, or excuse me, Real Techniques beauty sponge. And what I really like, even though I pat it out, you can still see that dewiness to it. And then after that, I do powder the rest of my face, but I don't show it. So now moving on to contouring, I'm using, I think it's called Subconscious and Shadow Play. I mix the both. And I use my NARS Ida brush, and I just start at the top of my ear and I drag it down just a little bit. You don't want to exceed your eyebrow line because you don't want to drag all the way down because then it'll look too fake. You don't want to be too chiseled. And then I go with a little bit more and I start to blend it out. Now I don't fully blend it out with this brush, I do just initially apply the color, and then I go in with my Sigma F05, and that's when I really do start to blend it out. I use circular motions, and I always make sure to blend up. And when I go up to my temples, I just pat it on, because you don't want your temples to be as, well, you don't want there to be as much pigment, because then it'll really start to look fake, even though this whole thing is fake. Anyways, that gives you the best kind of blending. I guess that's the best way I could word it. Now I also do contour my nose just a little bit, because you really just want to look even when you do contour, same with highlighting. And I do a little bit of contouring on my lower lip, and then I just drag it down onto my lower neck also, because you just want to make sure that everything looks even, and you want to bring in a natural shadow where there should be one, so that your face looks its best. And I know everything looks totally unblended right now, don't worry, we're gonna fix that. My nose looks wretched right now. See, told you I'd fix it. Okay, so I did finish up the blending off camera because it was taking forever, but I'm going with blush. I'm using Peach Beach from Too Faced. I love this when I want to have a nice bronzy glow, so that is what I'm using. And I'm just doing patting motions on my apples of my cheeks, and I'm just going a little bit back, not too far back, because you don't want to get into the highlight or the contour. And then using Becca Opal Shimmering Pressed Skin Perfector, I'm using the Sigma E40. Yeah, the Sigma E40 to apply this. I love applying highlight this way because it's the most precise, and it just gives the most airbrushed look, I feel. I also do put this on the bridge of my nose, where it would be most flattering, and then on my Cupid's bow as well. And moving on, I did my brows off camera, and now for the eyes, I'm using MAC Painterly Paint Pot to prime my eyes. And, you know, we all know how to prime our eyes, so I'm just going to skip right over this. Now for the fun part, I am taking Makeup Geek Peach Smoothie, and I'm just using this as a blending color. I'm taking this on Sigma E40, and I'm just buffing this, I am just putting this on the crease, kind of everywhere, just as a blending shade, make everything look seamless, and to just help further prep the eyelids for eyeshadow, because they can get a bit sticky when you use an eyeshadow primer. Then I'm going in with MAC Soft Brown. Any neutral brown tone shade would work, so whatever one you have in your collection. This just happens to be my favorite that I do have in my collection, so that is what I'm using. And I'm taking this on a Sephora blending brush. I love this brush because it's really good for blending everything out, making everything look seamless, and it's fluffy, but it's dense at the same time, so it's just absolutely perfect. And it's really good for a transitional color like this one. I am taking a E40 with no additional product and just buffing it out a little bit more just to diffuse the color a little bit because it was a little too dark for my taste. And then I'm taking Simply Marlena from Makeup Geek. I love this pink shadow. It is so pigmented. And I'm using a Sigma E45. I love this tapered brush for putting a shadow on the outer V. I just press it in. I don't do circular motions. I do sweep it up just a little bit just to diffuse it out and to begin the initial blending of this color. But this brush is perfect for the outer V. And then I'm taking an E25 to blend this color out. Next, I'm taking Shimma, which is also from Makeup Geek, and I'm taking this on a large shader brush, and I'm just patting this right onto the lid. You don't want to exceed your crease, but you want every color to show, so you want to bring it right up to your crease, but don't put it in your crease, if that makes sense. And then I'm going in with a little bit more of the Simply Marlena because I did decide that I wanted the pink to be a little bit more prominent than it was after applying the Shimma. I wanted them to both be stars of the show, as you would say, so I just added a little bit more pigment. And then I'm taking some Shimma on the large shader brush again, and I'm just dusting this onto my brow bone for a highlight. I love this for a highlight. It's very similar to MAC's Shroom. Moving on to the lower lash line, I'm taking this little kind of shimmery ocean color from the Surreal My Heart palette from NYX Cosmetics. You can use a lot of different shadows. I know that the NYX Prismatic line has a shadow, and then I think it's called Mermaid from Makeup Geek. Anyways, there's a lot of shadows that are similar to this. I didn't have a single one, so I did use the one from the palette. And I'm just putting this on my lower lash line using the flat definer brush. And then for an extra pop, I'm taking this blue retractable eyeliner. It's like an ocean blue, and it's from the Ulta collection. So it's Ulta brand, and I think I got it like half off or whatever. So I really like the color, and it's just for an extra pop. It is not at all necessary for the look, though. It's just to intensify the lower lash line. I am tightlining just a little bit using L'Oreal Luminous Smoldering Eyeliner in Blackest Black. I always use this, you guys know the drill. And then I did do my winged liner on camera, but I was out of frame, so I apologize about that. Same with mascara. This was the only clip I had that was actually in frame, but I did use the accelerator from Rimmel. I think it's from Rimmel. And then I'm taking the matte Ulta lip cream, and it is in the shade Artistic. And then I am going to top it off with Gerard Cosmetics Buttercream. And Buttercream is a gloss that Jaclyn Hill did collaborate with Gerard Cosmetics to create. And then to finish it all off, I'm using my Skindanavia setting spray. I'm doing the T motion and the X motion after shaking it up a bit. And then we just fan it, and then we are done. I really hope you enjoyed this. Thank you so much for watching.